Hello, Buccaneer fans. Welcome to today's game between the Buccaneers white and the Sioux City Musketeer green Bantam teams. This is the first game of the tournament for both teams and the tournament itself. We get to kick off, and hopefully it'll be a wonderful barn burner. Appreciate y'all tuning in for this noon matchup. Hopefully you got some food and we can provide you with some lunchtime entertainment. We are up here in the IBP Ice Arena up in Sioux City, just to the south side of the actual city. In goal for today's game, Uriah Ford. Bucs will be wearing their blues with red breezers and blue socks. Sioux City is wearing white with black breezers, white and black socks, all trimmed in green and gold. As I mentioned, we're in the IBP Arena, home of the Sioux City Metros, which is the high school team. They play in the same division with the Oak Leafs, but give you an idea of what it looks like. We got ourselves no bleachers, all individual seats. It's like an auditorium. The catwalk is just above ice level, but they do have some tables set up here. Very nice for broadcasters and videographers and the like. Not sure if it's reserved seating for anybody else, but we appreciate it, and it looks really nice. We are going to do a national anthem, so we'll let that play. Wonderful rendition of the national anthem played via CD. They have 12 minutes up on the clock right now. The rules stated 15 minutes for Bantam. 3 15-minute stop clock. We'll see if they correct that or if we're going to roll through 12 minutes. Five-goal advantage will start a running clock. Bucs have possession on it along the near boards. On the ice right now is Red Kemper, Walker, Walked. Hentz and Ewing are the defenders. Walker carries it inside the slot before it's poked away in front of the Musketeer bench. Gathered back up by Walker. Hens dials it in, takes a shot. Saved by the goalkeeper. Glove save. Looks like we have a left-handed goalie, so glove is on the other side than what we're used to usually. Good approach by Cam to get in there. The Bucs make a change. Evan Burke alongside the net. Pass goes wide. Musketeers with it through neutral zone. Into the attacking zone, blocked by West Main. Yep, that is West back there. West has made the conversion to defense. For now, Ray Kemper's taking his spot on the offensive zone. Puck comes in along the near wall to Benning. Clears his zone through neutral ice. Gains the offensive zone but loses the puck. Musketeers changing on the back end. Bucs dump it in. Turnover in the slot. There's a shot. Shizzle with the goal, and it goal! Shizzle with the goal! And the Bucs are going to take a 1-0 lead. Burke to Shizzle is what I believe is going to be the result. Puck still loose, center ice. Kaiser and Main out there. Main retrieves behind his own net, plays it back along the boards. Hits something in the corner, bounce back to a Musketeer. Must be a lip or something there, but Sioux City dumps it in. Ford plays it out into the corner to Shizzle. Shot from the point, Ford. Knocks it away to Burke. Burke gathers around his own end, comes out the near boards. Has some speed still. Bucs are changing behind the play. Musketeers dump it in behind the net, and they're going to change on the backside. Main up to Heron. Heron's going to take it to the blue line, and we're going to get an offsides. Heron had to regroup the puck at the blue line, and Lambert just eked in. We got a neutral zone face-off here. Shot from Hentz at the point, misses wide right, skirts all the way around to the far boards. Heron's back to retrieve in front of his own bench. Tries to play it off the board, bounces straight back towards the center of the ice. Hentz with it, sends it into the attacking zone. Lambert giving chase. Musketeers behind the end line. Hentz keeps it in at the point. Burns also there. Puck squirts free. Tice gathers up for the Bucs, bounces over his stick. Shot in by Ford, hits the side of the net. Hentz carries it out, sends the long diagonal to Lambert. Lambert's can't get a hold of it, but the Musketeers are there to wave off icing. Heron back to Tice. Tice at the point. There's a shot. Misses wide. Where's the son? Tell her I want my money back because my kid didn't have an opportunity on the ice. Musketeers with it along the near boards, carries into the offensive zone. There's a shot from the point, eaten up by Ford, held for a face-off. Feel every kid should have an opportunity. Ewing with it behind the end line. Up to Walk. Walk tries to clear it out. Can't do it. Musketeer pass goes by the blue line. Redkemper on the far side. Walker in the middle. Redkemper's shot misses wide of the net all the way into the corner and out of the zone. Ewing there at the point. Carries it in. There's a shot. Blocker away. Still loose. Kaiser with it at the high slot. Switches direction and bashes it around the end line. All the way to the far half wall. Musketeers can't quite clear it. Puck is high over Kaiser's hand, and the zone is cleared. Ewing up to Walker. Musketeers send it back down the ice. Gonna wave icing. Walk with pressure. Ewing bringing it out of his own zone. Gets it up to Burke. Still with him. Burke takes it wide, past the end line. Tries to play it off the back wall. Falls down. Musketeers gather possession in the corner, and Shizzle coming in with his hair on fire. Kaiser, looked real good for Kaiser keeping in at the blue line, but the referee says, my opinion matters more. Blow whistle. I thought Everett had that one. Action in front of the Buck bench. Comes out by the Musketeers. We have a delayed penalty coming up. Shot misses wide of the net. Benning gathers, and we're going to get a tripping will be the call. .5:55 left to go here in the first period. Bucs clear the puck out. Lambert pressuring. Musketeers with it the other way. Shot high up off of Heron into the netting for a face-off. Lacey and Luke apologize for the lack of an instant replay on Kenny's goal. I'll get to the clip later if you want it. Aaron takes it up along the near boards, but short-handed. Into the face-off dot. Backhanded pass. Hits the goalie, pushed away. Kaiser can't keep it in. We're going to have an icing, but the Bucs not going to get there. Kaiser with it. Shot in front of the net, goes wide of the near wall, here and there. Tice gathers in the corner, plays it along the back wall to the far side. Lambert pressuring. There's a shot, hits the side of the net, and it's covered up. And it does not go, there's no goal there. Puck's in front. Referee blows the whistle. pointed at the net, and then Uriah uncovered it from in front. So we'll have a face-off here in our own zone. 25 seconds left to go on the penalty kill. Bucs lead 1-0. So shot behind the net, comes all the way up to the near side. Kaiser recovers well. Lambert gathers. 10 seconds to go. Lambert over to Tice in the corner. Tice gets caught up in some snow, loses his skating. Heron there to protect, and out comes the Bucs. Heron with it into the slot area. Puck goes behind the net. Kaiser can't keep it in at the point. West Main back to retrieve. Pass is intercepted. Heron's still with it. Main loses it at the half wall. Turns, fires, kicked away by Ford to the far side. Musketeers back to the point, into the face-off dot. Now behind the net, gathered by Kaiser. Kaiser's going to carry it out. Loses it at center ice, gathered up by Burns. Burns has it poked away. Musketeers dump it in behind the end line. Kaiser stops in front of the net. Musketeer gets there first. Going the other way with it, we have Grant walked and Brody Burns. Grant walked with the nifty move in the middle. Burns with the backhand misses to the far side of the net. Goes behind and gathered up by the Musketeers. Ewing back to Burns. Burns plays in. We're going to get an offsides. Did not play it in fast enough. Bucs on top 1-0 here. 3 minutes to go. They started the period with 12 minutes, so we're going to go with 3 12-minute periods for right now. There was indication of resurfacing the ice after the second period, so we'll see if that happens also. If so, it'll be about a 10 to 12-minute break after the second period. Main over to Ewing. Walker clears it into the end line. Chased down by Reckhemper. Musketeers going the opposite way with it. Hence with a good stick lifts. Musketeers still gets a shot off. Reckhemper there to clean the trash out in front. Plays it up to Ewing. Grant and Reckhemper with it now. Centering pass blocked by a Musketeer stick. Just over 2 to go here in the first period. Bucs on top 1-0. Hence battling on the near boards. Ewing over to Hentz. Up to Burke. Burke loses his edge, gets back up. Benning and Burke with it. Ewing with a shot from the high slot. Blue line misses to the far side of the net. Reckhemper with it in the slot. Takes a shot, bounces away. There's a shot. Rebound, goal, Benning. Second time for Deacon Benning. Puts the Bucs up 2-0. Chaos line strikes again. 1 minute to go here in the first period. Bucs on top 2-0. Goals by Shizzle and Benning. Centering pass goes all the way through. Shizzle with it at the far half wall. Evan Burke with his opportunity here. Oh, blind centering pass, had all sorts of time. Benning with it, takes another shot, hits a Musketeer stick. Backhand centering pass. Shizzle misses far of the net. Musketeers gain possession, go through the neutral zone. It's a 1-on-3, blocked by Tice. Shizzle giving chase to it. 20 seconds to go in the period. One second, no time left in the end of the first period. Bucs on top 2-0. We'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second. Start of the second period here. Looks like we are going to go 12-minute periods. I wonder if they'll correct that later on in the tournament or if everyone's just going to go with 12, but neither here nor there. Just following the rules. Burns on the ice along with Lambert and Heron. Kaiser and Main back on defense. To start the second period, Lambert over to Heron. Front of the Bucs bench, puck still loose. Heron with a lot of offensive pressure. Puck gets to Lambert behind the net. Shot pushed away. Heron to Lambert. Slot. Can't control the pass. Long deep along the corner. Icing's going to be the call, and we're going to go the other way. Kaiser can't get in at the blue line. Both players lose their edge. Heron gathers. Puck knocked free. Back to Burns, over to Main. Main back to Kaiser. Kaiser sends it in along the board, but it's stopped at the point. Main in the corner, can't control it, gets it to Heron. Heron pushes it along. Musketeers send it back in behind the end line. Red Kemper out there for Burns. Puck out to the point. Shot missed well wide. Deflected up by Main in front of the net, out to the point. Puck still stayed in. Lambert there. Reckenper keeps it. Walk gathers off the bench. Takes it into the attacking zone. Can't keep it in. Kaiser tries to get it to Reckenper. Can't get it there. Musketeers going the other way. Centering pass. There's a shot. Misses far of the net. Good opportunity for the Musketeers. There's a shot. Hits the back of the post. No goal. Raya gloves it. And we're going to take a breath. Great opportunity for the Musketeers there. Their player brought it down the near side. Centering pass. Initial save by Raya. Pushed to the far side. Rebounded back in front. Looked like it went over his shoulder. Hit the back post but bounced out and not in. Came out to the Musketeers for a shot, and Ford was able to cover up and give us a break. Another shot from the point. Hence with it. Musketeers through neutral ice. Benning pokes it away. Ewing with it, tries to flick it up, does. To Burt at the point, gets taken down from behind, gathered up by Shizzle. Shizzle can't control it, knocked away by a Musketeer. Benning sneaks in behind the net, centering pass, and Burke's shot interfered with by a Musketeer. Hence along the far corner. Musketeer is able to clear it out. Icing is not going to be called. Ewing up to Benning. Bucs on a rush. A shot by Benning, blocked by the defender. Musketeers going the other way with it. Sends it in deep behind the net. Hence is back there to retrieve. 8.5 here to go as Hence brings it up to Shizzle at center ice. Shizzle and Benning on a 2-on-1. Benning with a shot, glove save, and held for a face-off. Bucs on top 2-0. Goals by Ken Shizzle and Deacon Benning. 8:22 left to go in the period. Puck works its way around to the far corner. Burns backhand pass to Heron, gets deflected. Now it's Heron to Burns. Can't control the backhand, tries to play it back. Not enough mustard. Musketeers going the other way. Burns, great back check. Main with it behind his own net. Sends it back around the corner to the half wall. Puck is loose. Burns and Main there. Burns finally clears it. Lambert pressures at center ice. Entry pass deflected by Heron. Heron up to Burns. We're going to get an offsides. We're going to get center ice offsides. Blue line offsides. Musketeers play it in around the far boards. Main there to retrieve. Can't get his stick on it. Centering pass all the way out to the point. Burns is there. Heron pokes it away to Lambert. Kept in at the point. There's a shot. Missed wide of the net. Another great opportunity. Centering pass. Uriah is sitting on it at the side of the net. Oh man, Musketeers had an opportunity there. Ford coming up big, and I'm not sure who had their stick back there either, but messed with it just enough to not allow a clean deflection. Kaiser sends it around the backboards, kept in by the Musketeers. Blocked by Reckhemper. The loud thud clears the zone. Excuse me, that was Grant Walk, not Reckhemper. Walked with it along the near boards, Walker. Walk loses his stick. Kaiser there. Walker's also there. Ewing over to Walk. Walk plays it in. We're going to get that for an icing. Very pedantic call, but by the letter of the rule book, that is the correct call. Bucs win the face-off. Kaiser with it in the corner. Played up ahead to Walker. Walker gains the zone, loses the puck. Puck is loose. Kaiser in a battle along the boards. Squirt out to the Musketeers, walked over. Reckhemper with it at the point. We're going to have an offside. Burke wins the face-off back to Kaiser. Plays it along the near boards. We're going to get an icing call as it went through 4 players along the near board. Bucs on top 2-0. 5:40 left to go here in the second period. Burke with it for the Bucs. Benning alongside of him. Burke takes it out wide to the corner. Centering pass gets through. Benning not ready for it. Puck squirts out of the zone. Kaiser there to retrieve. Behind his own net. Plays it along the half wall. Clears the zone. Ewing with it. Ewing up to Burke. Over Shizzle, knocked away by a Musketeer to Benning. Benning still pressuring. Burke ends up with it. Backhands it into the zone. Kept in by Ewing. Musketeers get the rebound pass. Centering, backside. There's a shot. Kick saved by Ford. Benning there to kick it in behind the net. Gathers the 6. Centering pass. Nobody there for the Musketeers. Benning up to Burke. Burke's going to take a shot. Eat it up. Musketeers are going to change, as are the Bucs. And the Musketeers are going to go the other way. 4 minutes to go here in the period. Tice pressures off the bench. Hence up to Heron, off of Heron's skate. Poke checks it at the blue line. Musketeers have it going the other way. Good poke by Tice. So an action in the corner there. Burns and Tice. Lambert along the half wall. Lambert up to Heron. Heron with it. There's a shot, goal! Heron from Lambert. Nifty little stick work. And Heron buries it. to put the Bucs up 3-0. Musketeers with it at the far side. Burns plays it, clears the zone. Lambert there to pressure. Heron also there, takes it into the zone to the wide side. Comes along the center, passes to the middle. Burns and Lambert not quite there. Too hard of a pass. Shot from Hentz goes all the way to the far side. Heron plays it back to Tice. Tice shot blocked by a defender. Puck not kept in the zone. Heron and Tice there. We're going to get an icing is going to be the call as Hentz is back there to retrieve. 2:25 left to go here in the second period. Bucs on top 3-0. Goal scored Chisel, Benning, Heron. Little Bon Jovi rocking the arena here. Walker backhands it in. Musketeers gather. Played up to the far side. Westmain with it back to Kaiser along the blue line. Kaiser tries to split two defenders, has it knocked away. Reckhemper with it in front of his own bench. Walker jumps back onside. Reckhemper shot, eaten up by the goalie. No chance for a deflection with Walker in front. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. This is the only game for us today. Buccaneer white team will play at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, same place. Buccaneer Bantam Blue plays at 6 p.m. tonight, so if you're a fan of that team, they'll have it up on their YouTube page. You'll be able to watch them play. Puck along near boards. Kaiser gathers it up, clears it out. We're going to get an offsides. That's a good call by the official. Puck one to the near boards, 90 seconds to go. Main with it behind his own net. Plays it out to Walker. Walker loses it. Kaiser's in front, clears it away. Centering pass. Well off. Out to the point. Musketeers play it back in. Reckhemper with the check into the corner. There's a shot from the point. Two Musketeers in front. Kaiser lands on it, pushes it out. Main tries to clear it. Can't get it. Kaiser back all by himself. Under a minute to go now. Kaiser carries it out of the, pass out of the zone to Walker. Walker pokes it away up to Walked. Opportunity for the Bucs here. Puck's lost in front of the bench. Ewing back to retrieve. Turns and spins up to Walked. Walk tries to take it in by himself, gets too far deep. Walker has to pull it back and hold it. Ewing up to Walk, 10 seconds to go. Musketeers clear it. We're going to get icing. We're going to wave it off. 5 seconds to go. Puck's played in front of the Musketeer bench. Burke with it, but we're not going to have enough time. And the second period's going to end. Bucs on top 3-0. And we will see. Looks like there's not going to be any Zamboni, so we'll be back in just a minute. Start of the third period here. Bucs on top 3-0. Sioux City crowd is very quiet. 12 minutes left in the game. Shot by the Musketeer. Misses on the far side, bounces off the back wall. Gathered up by Burke behind his own net. A shot from the point. Eaten up by Ford. We'll have a face-off to Ford's left. One by the Musketeer. Shot goes through the far side. Chisel there. Pass goes behind the end line. Chisel battles, plays it out. Center ice. Gathered by the Musketeers, but zone is cleared. Musketeers send it back in. E-wing there. Along the back wall to Hentz. Can't retrieve it. Musketeers send it back behind the net. E-wing stood up along the boards. Puck goes in front of the net. We're going to get an offsides. Centering pass found nobody in front of the net. Worked its way all the way out to the blue line. A minute into the third period. Face off just in front of the Bucs bench. Centering pass stolen by a Musketeer. Gathered by Hentz on the far side. Puck is loose in front of the Bucs bench. Lambert back to Hentz. Hentz lifts it up to Heron at center ice. Can't control the saucer pass. And we'll get an icing call. Tice up. Brody Burns with it. Centering pass to Heron, deflection. Heron still has it. And puck still loose. Referee blows the whistle. Backhand in front of the net. Goalie could corral it. Heron there tried to shove it in. Referee blew the whistle early. Not early, I won't say that. Heron had a couple opportunities at it, couldn't put it in. Sioux City cross ice pass, misses its target. Tice is there. Plays it to Heron on a half wall, comes back behind his own net. Puck played back in behind their own net. Lambert there, tries to flick it on. Four Bucs in the corner. Centering pass goes across the goal mouth. Nobody there. Heron pressures with the forecheck. Ooh, offsides is going to be the call, but I'm not sure on who. Must have been Lambert. Puck was a little bit behind him as he was playing. Walk with the face-off win. Met at the blue line. Reckhemper with it. Offsides Musketeers shot misses wide of the net. Walker pushes it up to the far side half wall, gathered by the Musketeers. Musketeers with a chance. Big save by Ford. Couldn't hold on to it, pushes it out to Walker. Walker's gonna up to Rick Hemper. Rick Hemper with it. Bucs changing behind. Face off to the right of the Musketeer goalie. Puck loose, Shizzle with it in the far face-off dot. Collected by the Musketeers, going out of the zone. Long diagonal pass. Waving off icing. Kaiser to Burt, a little bit behind, can't control it. Musketeers gather. Benning there, poke it away. Burt falls down, pokes it away. Centering pass into the slot, missed shot by Musketeer. Ewing with it, up to Benning. Benning to Burke. Burke coming around the near side, 2-on-1 opportunity with Shizzle. Burke lifts it high up over the glass, or over the net, into the far corner. No shot opportunity for the Bucs. And the Musketeers are going the other way, and we're going to have an offside. Offsides is called with an emphatic signal from the linesman. As a reminder, today is the only game, or this is the only game for White. We have 8 a.m. tomorrow, and then somewhere around 6 o'clock tomorrow night will be our third game. Kaiser with it into the offensive zone. Puck still loose into the far corner. Shot from the high slot by Shizzle. Never gets through, but Burke there poking him around the net. Benning with speed at center ice, over to Burke. Burke's going to take it in again. There's a shot deflected in front, gathered by the Musketeer. Ewing was on the back side. Deflection came on the front side. Puck clears the zone. Cam Hentz takes it into the face-off dot. Gets held up there. Musketeers go the other way. Bucs are changing a couple extra players behind the bench. Looks like Cole Tice is out. Good poke check away by Tice. Over to Hentz. Musketeer with the stick hand. We're going to get no call. Good save. Heron back there plays it around the net. Lambert with it. Good defensive move by Lambert. Just enough of a stick to force not a shot. There's a centering pass and a goal backside. And the Musketeers are going to get on the board here in the third. Centering pass finally connects on the backside. And the Musketeers put one in the net. 5:50 left to go here in the game. Bucs on top 3-1. Being outshot 19-15 at this point in the game. Heron wins the faceoff, takes it into the zone. There's a shot. Gloved by the Musketeer goalie. And Held for a face-off. Graham won the face-off, took it into the slot, took a shot. Musketeers try to clear. Bounces off Heron's skate over to Lambert in the corner. Centering past Heron, missed it. Burns with a shot, deflected by the goalie. Heron backhands it in and scores. Heron gets his second goal, a backhand deflection. And the Bucs regain a 3-goal lead. Aaron with a shot from the face-off dot, misses a kick by the near side by the goalie. Action in front, puck squirts to the far half wall, gathered by the Musketeers. Played up off the boards, Westmain's going to get there. It's going to turn and spin. Lambert can't control it. Puck is free, goes to the far side of the net. Walked back there to retrieve. Up to Burns. Burns at center ice. Along with walked. Burns tries to get it up to Walked. Walk stick handles, loses it in the corner. Maine can't keep it in the point. Musketeers going E-wing back. Shot up into the netting. We'll have a face-off with 4:30 to go here in the game. It's a shot blocked in front by Hentz, pushed out to the corner. Hentz still pressuring. Puck played out to the point. Musketeers shot in. Stopped by E-wing in front before it ever gets through. Walked with it. Clears the zone. Cross ice pass to Walker. Walker with it in the high slot. Shot deflects in front. No buck there to retrieve. Referee right around the puck. Walked in the corner with two Musketeers. Redcamper goes over to help. Puck works its way in front of the net, pushed out by a Musketeer. Shot by Redcamper, misses wide into the corner. Hentz tries to keep it in at the point. He does. Hentz with the interception at the half wall, tries to stick handle into the face-off dot. Nobody back to replace him. Oh, that's why, because they're coming onto the bench. Cross ice pass. Dumped in. Musketeers are changing. Bucs are finishing their change. E-wing goes down in the corner. Burke pushes that pass behind the net. 3 minutes to go here. E-wing with it on the end wall. The diagonal pass to Benning as they clear the zone, breaking out into the offensive zone. Puck still kept in at the blue line. Sorry for the anticipation camera there. Benning with a good check at center ice. We're going to get a retaliation there by a Musketeer on Burke, who smiles and plays on. Two and a half to go here. Bucs on top 4-1. We're going to get a penalty on Hentz for, I don't know what that signal is. He said traveling. Called cross-checking. This looked like what the symbol was. 2:23 left to go here in the game. Bucs are going to be on a minute 30 penalty kill. They've pulled their goalie. It's a 6-on-4. There's a shot saved by Ford. Timeout is called by the Musketeers. So we have 1 minute timeout here. Musketeers are strategizing. Bucs are strategizing. Make sure everybody's on the same page for these last minute 30. Possession is a big thing here, especially being on a penalty kill. Possess the puck, get it out to the neutral zone. We don't need more goals, we just need possession. Get the opportunity, don't get an icing. Take this opportunity to also remind you that Girl Scout cookie season is coming up in just a few weeks. Those of you looking to get some Girl Scout cookies, I happen to know a seller who would love to be your dealer for you and your family. We'll have some more details on that in the coming weeks, but keep that in the back of your mind. There is a new cookie flavor this year, so be sure to try that. .2:17 left to go. Bucs on top 4-1 on a penalty kill. Musketeers pull the goalie. There's a shot. This is wide. Puck meets behind Ford. And we're going to get an icing call. One thing to avoid. There's a shot. Ford's mask deflected in front to the corner. Burns there. There's another shot deflected behind the net. Musketeers still with it. Plays it on net. Pushed away, and we're going to get a penalty for interference. Who's that going to be on? Penalty's going to be on Maine for interference, so the Bucs are going to go down 2. We're down, it's going to be a 6-on-3. Heron, Kaiser, and E-Wing. Heron tries to win the face-off. Musketeers with it. Possession out at the point. There's a shot deflected into Ford and sat on. Heron pressures the point again. Shot from the point. Blocked in front. Point blank blocked by Ford again. Puck is loose in front. Kaiser tries to push it out. Another save by Ford. Kaiser in the corner. Centering pass. Heron pokes away up into the air. 20 seconds to go on the first penalty. There's a centering pass. Pack it in here, Bucs. Let's go. Heron pressuring along the blue line. There's a shot and a save by Ford with 9 seconds to go on the first penalty. 1:02 to go. Shot loose. Hits the side of the net. Puck is still loose. First penalty's over. Bucs 6-on-4, and Musketeers are going to put it in the backside of the net just as the penalty expires, and they're going to be a 4-2 lead right now. Good news, we get our player back, so it'll be a 6-on-5. Bad news, we gave up a goal here late after some sustained pressure from the Musketeers. Yep. There's out for 7 seconds. Referees are discussing whether or not to let Maine out. He should be out. The penalty was over for a good 7 seconds. Yep, they finally agree. .35 seconds to go here in the game. Bucs on top 4-2. We're going to be offsides call here on the blue line as the clock's running still. Yeah, there should be a couple seconds added on. The offsides again. It's going to be the call, so I didn't even have to move the camera. Thanks, guys. Musketeers pulled the goalie again. It's a 6-on-5. Hens lifts it up out of the zone. Musketeers play it in front of their own bench. 15 seconds to go. Walker pressures. Going the other way. Walk with it. Walk tries to get it on net. Deflects up in the air. Catches it. Play back. Burke's going to keep it up in front of the Musketeer bench for the last 2 seconds, and that's going to be the end of the game. And we're going to get a penalty at the end. Referee blew the whistle. I believe he's going to get a penalty after the fact, but nonetheless, Buccaneers win this one 4-2. Goals scored by Benning, Heron twice, and Shizzle. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in for today's game. We will see you all this morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. against Lakeville South. Have a great rest of the Friday. Be safe for everybody traveling with the weather, and we will see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks. Go Bucs.